Sarra Sounds Off is brought to you by Roll Up Awnings.
Greg Sarra of Newsday Sports here on location at Cold Spring Harbor High School, home of the Seahawks. A lot of state championship teams in all sports, girls and boys. But we are excited today to have as our guest Maya Soskin of the girls lacrosse team, and she's going to tell us all about her journey as a two-time All-American and leading the Seahawks to the state title last year. And Maya, welcome.
Thank you, Greg. I'm super excited to be here.
First of all, to be a goalkeeper, you got to be a little crazy. It's not an easy position. Why a keeper and not defender or attack?
Well, I feel like one of the obvious answers is the running is a lot less. But no, I think seriously, when I first started it, I think just knowing that, like you said, you got to be a little crazy, and it might sound crazy when I say this, but getting in there and facing those shots coming at you, it's scary, and it gives you like an adrenaline rush, and it's something that was just so different from any other sport.
I see you're wearing pink and green socks today, so that's one of them, right? You wear different colored socks?
Yes.
What other things do you do that are superstition?
I have a lot. I would say,
a lot.
Yeah, a lot. My different colored socks on game day is super important to me. I have these shorts that my dad gave to me a long time ago that I wear for practice, and might sound a little gross, but I don't really wash them. I kind of keep the good luck in them, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like it could wash away. But also a thing that I like to do every time before I get in my cage before the game, I have to do 3 spins and then hop into it, stuff like that.
So the other unique thing that goes on with the Cold Spring Harbor girls lacrosse team is one of your teammates, your twin sister Zoe, plays defense. Sometimes when the other team scores a goal, you're not happy. Who do you yell at?
I yell at Zoe. I think it's just very easy for me because I'm most comfortable with her. We're very opposite. She's like this 4'11" little fast defender that's always running around in front of me. It's easy for me to pick on her, but she snaps back. She's very feisty, and she doesn't really take me yelling at her that well. So we get into arguments, but it's all for fun, you know.
So right now, Cold Spring Harbor's in the middle of winning a lot of state titles. You're the defending Class D champions in girls lacrosse. Is there a lot of pressure that comes with that, with trying to defend the state title?
Yes and no. I think for us, I think it's always like just something that's not an expectation, but we know that we can do it. And the pressure is always going to be there, but I think we believe in ourselves. And for us, it's not something that's this huge factor that's always weighing on us. It's just a goal that we know we're all going to want no matter what.
You're the last line of defense. I'm coming down on you with my stick, and nobody's around. I beat the defense. It's one-on-one. What are you doing?
In my head?
Yeah.
Well, I think first and foremost, I'm freaking out a little bit. Who's not? But I think at the end of the day, I'm confident. You know, I have so many great players in front of me. Ryan Reynolds going to Maryland. I'm so confident in her.
Great basketball player, by the way.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing. She is unstoppable in any field or court that she steps on. But I think just knowing that I prepared, I practiced, and you kind of get those nerves out during practice before, and you let yourself get a little bit like, okay, I'm a little worried, but when it's time for the game, you know you're ready.
So the sport of girls lacrosse has given you a great opportunity. You started on the varsity since 8th grade, but you were not the vocal leader that you are now. When you first joined the varsity, it was a little strange, right? You were quiet. Take me through that transition from being quiet and just being happy to be there and being a good player to being in charge.
Well, when I first got on the team, I think it was a little bit hard for me. I was in middle school. I didn't know any of the high schoolers. My coach brought me up, and I was excited, but I was so shy. It's hard to believe now from some of my friends. They wouldn't really guess it. And I know you said you've heard that I'm pretty talkative and loud, but yeah, whenever the older girls would try to talk to me, I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to say anything wrong, so I would kind of just give a little thumbs up, and that would be it. The next year, freshman year, I was so talkative. Everybody was confused, but I was more comfortable, and I think that comfortability comes with a lot of experience.
So you're headed to the University of Florida. You're going to be a Gator. How exciting is that?
It's it's been one of my dreams since I was a little kid. I mean, thinking about it now, I'm just so lucky, and I'm excited, but I'm still cherishing these last moments in high school. You know, senior year, like you said, I've been here since 8th grade, and I think it's a little scary moving forward, but I know it's going to be a great next chapter in my life.
It's also got to be like family. It's a small district, right? Smaller enrollment. Everybody knows everybody. You have great camaraderie in the school. The community is involved, and you're a big part of that.
The school is just, it's honestly, I can't imagine being anywhere else through my journey. It's the community, like you said, everybody just supports each other no matter what. I mean, the parents, the coaches, my teammates, everybody, we know that we're in this community together, and the sports that we have here, just everyone has each other's back and are rooting for each other.
All right, Maya, promise me one thing. You'll take it easy on Zoe in the playoffs.
Well,
good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks. I really wanted to have an opportunity to speak to the athletic director at the school, Mike Bongino, who was the New York State Athletic Director of the Year in 2024. And Mike joins us now to talk a little bit about Maya Soskin and her role in the school as a role model, as a great athlete, as somebody that the younger middle schoolers can look up to. And Mike, welcome. Tell me a little bit about Maya.
Well, something that separates Maya from everybody else is her work ethic. We just were telling a funny story at the basketball state championship weekend. Maya brought her lacrosse stick up there. So in between opportunities, she was able to get some practice. There's many times I've actually walked outside, she's on the wall practicing. Her commitment to the sport is exceptional.
So you see that when you're upstate and you're playing in the state basketball championships, and she has a lacrosse stick with her goalie stick, and we had talked about that prior to coming out today, and that just shows you the commitment to the sport, the work ethic, and that's what you need to play at the level that she's going to play at the University of Florida.
And that all starts from a young age. The support and the importance of athletics here, developing their character, developing who they are as people, then also translates into their excellence on the field.
The culture and the winning atmosphere is just like no other.
I would agree with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What we've seen this year in spring sports is a lot of lopsided games. It's an issue that needs to be addressed and dealt with. What we have is teams in softball, lacrosse, boys and girls lacrosse, baseball, teams getting beat up and blown out by other teams that are much better, much more skilled. What we're doing, though, is we're shortchanging the athletes on both sides of the field. And let me explain how. If we don't have a run rule in effect, which Nassau County does, and it ends the game after 5 innings in baseball and softball, so that the team that's getting beat up really bad is not humiliated. The problem with it is coaches then don't want to call in the scores and report the scores as is. So a school could win 24-0, and they would like to report the score as 12-0 as not to humiliate the opposing and losing team. I'm asking and I'm pleading with all coaches, always calling the right scores. We had a score last week that was called in as 12-0, which we knew was 21-0. We did not print it. We also knew that one of the players on the team had 11 RBIs, and their parents was very disappointed to not see that on the website and in Newsday. So coaches, please think about this. Clear the bench, control the scores as best you can, give people playing time. The humiliation doesn't begin when it's reported in social media or in the newspaper. The humiliation is when it happens on the field. Everybody lived it, that's already done. Thanks for listening. I'm Greg Sarra for Newsday Sports here at the beautiful Fieldhouse in Cold Spring Harbor.